So the Welly Wishers may be getting retired. Let's talk about it. Hi you guys, it's me Chris and welcome back to the Doll Studio. Isn't that so cute? I love that. Anyway, hi, how are you? How are we? How are you? How's family, friends, all of that? How are we loving the cold air that is happening right now here on the East Coast? I am absolutely dying over here. But yeah, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back. So I have a bit of news. I honestly was kind of surprised by this news, but also I wasn't really surprised because I feel like this has been a long time coming for the Welly Wishers. But yeah, it's time to have a conversation about the Welly Wishers. For those of you guys who are not on social media platforms like Facebook groups or Reddit, which is the big one, or other platforms like blogs, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that have like American Girl blogs. I'm pretty sure like American Girl News has even covered on this. But essentially, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to have a conversation about the Welly Wishers and really what may or may not be coming down the pike for the Welly Wishers. Now, before we get this video started, I would like to just say two things. Number one, all of this is speculation, even though we do have a logo now at this point, which honestly does give us some validity to all of this. And also we do have some trademarked names. So there is a lot of validity in what I think is actually going to be happening very soon. So there is that. But I do want to say that this is still rumor and speculation until American Girl actually announces this. So this really is just going to be my thoughts and opinions and what I want to see with this specific like conversation that's happening right now. But on top of that, the second thing that I want to say is at this point in time and space, I would like to give you the opportunity to please subscribe to my channel. Please. You check in on me every single week. So girly, what are we doing? Are we like friends? Are we not friends? Do you hate me? Like what is happening? Let's have you subscribe to my channel and support me and I will love you for forever and I cherish the fact that you did that. So let me just give you a moment. Okay, great. Now that we've established that we're friends, I would like to just immediately get into the conversation because I feel like there's a lot to talk about and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on all of this and I quite frankly am about to explode if I do not get them out into the world and if I do not bring attention to this thing that may or may not be happening. So without further ado, let's just get right into it, girlies. Let's just hop right in. Let's do this. Let's do this. So over the weekend, I got texted and DM'd the fact that someone on Reddit had actually posted that there is a logo for this brand new thing that American Girl is releasing called AG Sisters. I am not going to put the logo up here just because of the fact that I do not want anything American Girl related that is like unreleased to get me a copyright strike. I don't want that copyright strike, so I'm not going to put this up, and I don't want American Girl to have any reason to take this video down. So the actual logo, I would just put a link to the Reddit in my description box, and that will be where it lies. But underneath the logo, it does say, seems like a new American Girl line is starting soon. A logo for AG Sisters, which I have previously posted about, was trademarked, as well as the name Tenley. Other names that have been trademarked as Josette, Lucita, and Wesley. Could these four be a part of this? So the logo itself is very, very much giving American Girl. And when I think AG Sisters, immediately I think of Gwen and Corinne. And when I think of Gwen, obviously she is the size of a Welly Wisher, and their entire storyline was this idea of being sisters. So for me, I thought about it and I was like, well, the Welly Wishers are already established as that like middle-aged kind of doll that you can pick from, because there's the bitty babies for like the baby, you know, kids that are like up to like 3 years old. And then after that, it's the Welly Wishers, and then you have the bigger girls. So for me, AG Sisters does very much give like sisters to the 18-inch girls, and that already makes my mind think like, oh, this is going to be a Welly Wisher type of doll. However, after reading a lot of the comments and a lot of the speculation that's going on from other American Girl collectors, I think that we are really striving for something that is so much more than just the Welly Wishers. The Welly Wishers to me for the past year have been giving nothing. I feel like there's been like little things released here and there, but there hasn't been any major changes to the Welly Wisher line other than, I'm pretty sure what's his name? The boy that was introduced with like the dragon or whatever. I literally got him and just was like, all right, he's here. That's it. But all the Welly Wishers kind of look the same, and for me, I just feel like this is American Girl's opportunity to do different face molds and different variations of the Welly Wishers that we like know. I still feel like they are going to be this 14-inch doll that is going to be like the middle ground between the Bitty Baby and the 18-inch dolls. However, okay, even though I know it is going to be that, in my dream world, I don't know how, I don't know what the logistics are of this, but I think it actually would have been really cool for American Girl to release a 14-inch doll or some sort of hybrid like doll that is giving an 18-inch American Girl doll, like with a soft middle body and like all the pieces and all that, but just sized down to 14 inches so they actually do look like a little sister, as opposed to being like this like Welly Wisher vinyl like full on thing and them not really looking like the 18-inch girls. The thing about the Welly Wishers, I think that really upsets a lot of people. Not really upsets, but I feel like what makes people stay away from the Welly Wishers is the fact that their eyes don't close. For me, American Girl dolls, like the Bitty Babies, even the Bitty Twins, their eyes were opening and closing. So for me, seeing the fact that they have this line of the Welly Wishers that don't like open and close their eyes, it doesn't really feel like an American Girl doll to me. So I would hope that they finally found a way to do a 14-inch doll that has an open and close mechanism the way that the 18-inch girls do. And right now, thinking about it, the Bitty Twins, they used to like have open and close eyes like the 18-inch dolls. So maybe, just maybe, we are like hitting some sort of ground where we are about to get like a hybrid of a Welly Wisher and a Bitty Twin kind of moment. Who knows? All I know is that as of right now, we have the logo. But in my perfect world, that is what American Girl would be releasing right now, is this like hybrid between the Welly Wishers and the Bitty Twins, just because I feel like that's a really cool thing that we would like to see. And I feel like this is something that we actually want, because when Gwen was released, like, yes, she looks like her little sister, but because the eyes don't open and close, it still kind of looks awkward. And also, like, the Welly Wishers all still kind of have the same face, if you really think about it. You kind of like don't have that much variation between them. They are not drastic enough in the face for me to say that they look different from one another enough to like really like warrant, you know, them being that different. So for me, those are just some things that I would like to see. But with this, I would also like to talk about the names. So there's Tenley, Josette, Lucita, and Wesley. Now, someone in the comments on this Reddit post had stated that this would kind of be like a Truly Me version of the Welly Wishers, where it would be kind of like dolls that are just bases and that you could like go in and pick one out that is like either meant to look like you or whatever. But on top of that, I thought about that and I was like, I don't know if they would really do that with these names, because if they trademarked these names, then that means that maybe they would either do new Welly Wishers and now they're about to be like a whole group of people, or they are releasing these new characters and creating this subcategory of Welly Wishers that are not going to be called Welly Wishers. They're going to be called the AG Sisters, and this is going to be an entirely different thing. Or these names have absolutely nothing to do with this, and this is just trademark names that American Girl is doing. But in my world and in the way that I'm thinking, if this has anything to do with this AG Sisters thing, I would say that they are just going to be kind of like World by Us contemporary characters like the Welly Wishers, but they're going to be a subcategory of the Welly Wisher line, if that makes sense. So they may have their own storyline, they may have their own subplot, they may be a completely different thing, who knows? And in this, they may be replacing the Welly Wishers altogether. So yeah, that may be what we are getting, is just a new version of the Welly Wishers, just rebranded with new characters and new faces and, you know, a completely different look to them. Because the Wellies thing was kind of cute for a while, and to be quite honest, I feel like it's kind of like time for them to rebrand the Welly Wishers, just because I feel like they've done it twice now, because the Welly Wishers used to come one way and now they come a new way, and then like they've kind of like changed a little bit of the Welly Wisher storyline. And I no longer work at the American Girl store, so I obviously can't gauge whether or not the Welly Wishers are that sought out after. I know that collectors don't really collect them. Like, I only ever collected them because I was getting $50 rewards and not getting stuff. And, you know, I had expiring American Girl rewards, so I would just get Welly Wishers because I had the $50 and I would just spend the $10 on the Welly Wishers. And then, you know, before I knew it, I had all of them. But me being me, I definitely feel like this may just be a brand new line that is going to replace the Welly Wishers with all new characters and all of that. So there is that thought as well. Now, the names for this, I do want to address this because these names have been trademarked, and because we have had Nikki and Isabel and that whole fiasco happening, these names do not seem that far off. Tenley, Tenny, I mean, like, Lucita, I mean, Luciana, I mean, like, these are names that quite literally, like, American Girl has used variations of before. So that kind of also plays into the validity of these names also, like, being utilized for something, if not this. So seeing those names, I definitely was like, oh, like this definitely seems pretty valid in the idea that American Girl is going to be actually using these names for something. But yeah, the AG sisters, my first initial thought is the fact that these are going to be, again, like a subcategory of the Welly Wishers and replace the Welly Wishers. I feel like that just makes the most sense because the Welly Wishers, in my opinion, for the past couple of years haven't really been doing much. And thinking about it more and more and more, I realized that the Welly Wishers have kind of just not been receiving a lot of attention. They're constantly on sale at Costco. They're constantly on sale during the holiday season. And they always have like boxed sets of these dolls. So for me, it doesn't seem that far of a stretch that American Girl would try to get rid of the line altogether and try to revamp it in any way that they possibly can. So this whole idea of just starting a new line of 14-inch dolls makes sense in my opinion, with new characters, just to invigorate and rebrand this like 14-inch doll idea. So that is my thought on that. Would I like the Welly Wishers to kind of have their own version of the Truly Me line? To be honest, no. I feel like American Girl would be tackling a lot by doing like a Truly Me variation of the Welly Wishers. I feel like that idea is kind of far-fetched just because I don't think that they would take such a gamble with such a big amount of like inventory of, you know, variations of dolls like that. That just doesn't seem like something I think that they would do. Who knows? I mean, they've taken really big gambles before, like Be Forever, and they've watched those crash and burn. So I feel like they also would take the opportunity to let this crash and burn if they decided to do that. But for me, I do think that this is going to be a brand new line and replace the Welly Wishers, or this is going to be a new variation of the Welly Wishers. Even right now, thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know why they would have two competing 14-inch doll lines kind of going against each other like that. So my initial thought is the fact that they would just get rid of the Welly Wishers altogether. So my, I guess, final say is the fact that they're going to get rid of the Welly Wishers and release this new AG Sisters thing to kind of replace the Welly Wishers. And that will be the new 14-inch middle gap doll between the Bitty Babies and the 18-inch girls. Since we have a logo, it is safe to say that we are going to get a release of these girls probably within the year, most likely, honestly, either in the fall or the earliest being in like May, when they usually do some sort of like summer release kind of thing going on. I would not be surprised if these are either like coming around the corner or if this is going to be something we are going to have to wait another year to see. I would not be surprised if this released within the year, because since we already have a logo, that means that stuff is pretty established in my opinion, because usually when leaks like this happen, it means that, you know, stuff is just around the corner. So I would say that it is safe to say that this will happen within the year. At what point in the year, I'm not really aware of, but I would just say that, yeah, we are definitely going to get a new doll line pretty soon. But again, this is all just like speculation. This is my own thought process on this. And just with the way that I've seen American Girl move in past years, I feel like this is like the safest option for what they're doing and what we can kind of gauge just from having this logo and the trademarked names. Do I think that the Welly Wishers are retiring and going to be gone soon? Honestly, yes. Do I think that this is going to replace them? Yes. Am I hoping for open and closed 14-inch dolls like eyes? Yes. Do I think we're going to get it? No. Do I think that we're going to get cloth-bodied 14-inch dolls? No. But I am hoping for the best. I do not want a Bitty twin variation. Like, please don't do that, American Girl. If you're watching and you have enough time to pull the plug, do not try it. The Bitty twins, in my opinion, were just like a waste of energy and breath. I don't know anyone that even remembers that they exist, and I'm pretty sure there's like an entire like I don't want to say generation, but like generation of American Girl collectors that didn't even grow up with them, because I feel like I forgot what year that they retired. I feel like it was like right when I was getting into American Girl, but there's like an entire like group of like children that grew up in America that like don't even know what the Bitty twins were. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not that, because if it's that, no. Do not want that. So yeah, honestly, let's start this conversation. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think this is. I will put the Reddit thread and like all the links down in my description box. But comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Welly Wishers currently and the state that they're in right now. Do you agree with me? Do you think that they're kind of like they've been on sale for a while now? I feel like they've been on sale for a really long time now. So am I crazy for thinking that? Or like, do you feel like they're gonna stay and this line be its own entity? Or like, what are we thinking from this news dropping? Comment down below. Give me your thoughts and opinions. If you're a collector that cares, please comment down below and let me know what you think. I, quite frankly, don't really know what to feel or think about this. I'm excited because it's potentially a new doll line. What I'm not excited for, though, is just like the idea of, you know, Welly Wishers 2.0. And this may be that. And that would be upsetting. But also exciting if they figure out a way to do really intricate designs for these new characters. I don't know. All I know is that I'm really excited about this, and I'm hoping that American Girl does release this in the year. We can touch back and have this conversation once they actually get released. But for right now, yeah, go ahead in the comments and let me know what you guys think, because I am dying to know, like, what are we thinking, ladies and gentlemen? Like, what is the thought process? What is your thought process? What do you think American Girl has up their sleeves this year with this? And now that we have a logo, like, what are we thinking? Let me know. I will read your comments. Yes. Anyway, all right, you guys. Yeah, that is it for today's video. I quite literally wanted to come on here and spark this conversation just because I feel like no one's talking about this on this platform. And I feel like so many conversations are happening on other platforms, but like no one's really talking about this here on YouTube. So I wanted to, you know, bring the attention to this because I genuinely want to know what the YouTube community thinks about this. And whether or not we think that the Welly Wishes are retiring and being replaced with this new line. Is this a new line that is not going to be even remotely Welly Wisher related? Like, is this even going to be a 14-inch doll kind of thing? Like, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Go look at the logo. Let me know what vibe you get. Let me know what your thoughts are from other people's thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Like, let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion. I would like to know your thoughts and opinions before it happens. Everybody lock in the comments and let me know what your thoughts and opinions are, because quite frankly, you know, they're coming around the corner, hopefully, and we will see soon. And let's see who's right. Let's see who was on the nose and who was far-fetched, because quite frankly, I feel like I am far-fetched right now in what is potentially happening, but I could also be on the nose. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is Chris. You guys can follow me on my Instagram, which is @thedollstudio by Chris. Make sure you guys that like this video, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Go check out my TikTok, which is Chris American Girl. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.